The top now is 1618. You totally forgot this part. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What about this part? Somebody say, oh, Lord. We stopped right here. We stopped at the 1618. We didn't go here to the 2618. Right here. We didn't do the 2618. Let me copy that. Copy. We didn't do the 2618. Whoa. We stopped there. Let's get rid of this. And let's go back over here to the TP, trailing stop loss, right? And partial positions, I can modify this. It's there, but I can modify it. Somebody say, oh my gosh. I got complete control on how I want to take my profits. Did you know what the number was? Somebody said, no, I didn't know the number. Well, I got you. The number is 8149, $8,000 Ethereum. So let's scrunch this down. $81.49 Ethereum. You know, right there. Family, wait, what? That's the 25% one. Somebody say, wait, what? That's the 25% one? Yeah. Let me look. That's taking 25% off table. But watch this. Look. Cancel. Stop loss. 81.49. 81.49. Take this profits up here. Look. 81.49. From where I am right now, 81.49, $81,000. I'm already in the trade. Up here is $81,000. Wait, sir, wait. I got one more thing to tell you. Let me bring it in over here. Those aren't the real numbers. Those aren't the real numbers. But it is the real numbers. I just saw 81,000. I fit that. For my pro traders for a second. Everybody that's intermediate and beginners, sit on the bench for a second. Pros, come in the game for a second. Why is that not the real numbers? It's more. Why is it real? Why is it more? Why is it more? Somebody said that's retail numbers, leverage. It's a pretty good. That's a pretty good answer, but it's not the right. It's not the right answer. It's not leverage. Somebody say no, it's because of leverage. No, leverage is already in play. It's because I am going to scale the trade. You think I'm going to leave the trade sitting right there? I'm not. I'm going to scale it up again. Those aren't the real numbers because I'm going to scale the trade again. I told the pros to come into the game for a second. You think I'm going to leave the trade there at $10,000? I'm not. I'm going to scale it up again. I'm just waiting for this pullback to happen, and then once E starts running, I'm just going to scale the trade up again. It'll be a lot more than that. Trust me. Somebody said, if you do, does your entry point move up again? Yes. It's like dollar cost averaging. If you enter a trade here, right? If you enter a trade here and the market runs up like this, if you go to add to the trade, it's going to take your entry point and it's going to move it up. Because if you bought here and the price is here and you go to buy in, it's going to give you an average buy price. You're not buying the top, but you're no longer buying the bottom. You're buying, it's going to move you up. That's called, it's like dollar cost averaging. Here's my entry point. Price action runs up here. If you add to the trade, it's going to move you up because you're buying an average of this and this. So your entry point, this is way too much sauce, man. There's a lot of sauce. I love my community. People say they love their communities, but do you really love your community? Do you see how I'm answering these questions? Entry point is here. Price action runs up. If you add to the trade, you're not adding down here anymore. And you're not buying where it is now, right? Like that. If you're here and this is where it is and you add to it, it's going to pull you up and give you a little bit of it's going to average you in, and it's going to pull your your entry point up. Not up here, because that's not where you are. You got to factor in this. So it's going to pull it up. Somebody say, yeah, got it. Wow. Wow. Right. So based off of what you see here, let me zoom in for everybody. Let me get rid of that order because that's not the real how I want to take my profits, and I don't want to accidentally take 80,000 the way it is. God forbid you close your trade out at 80,000, Calvin. Just listen to what I'm saying to you. My entry point is here. But remember, it was down here when I first started to trade. If you don't believe me, hey, here's how you know I'm telling the truth. You see these little arrows? Those represents buys. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. I came over here and I told you my original entry point was 25.49. People like to lie. So we go down here to 20. Look, it's this. Look. You haven't seen a buy since, and this was the last buy. Huh? When it was way up here, right? My last buy-in was here. That's not true. You don't see no other arrows in here except for that one and that one. There's somebody at home right now watching this. They like, this shit is crazy. This is crazy, bro. There's no way. It's no way you're on a TikTok and you're just giving away this much information, bro. This is a course in itself, and it is. That's why when people don't want to buy the course that I have, I'm like, as money beeps at me, I'm like, what? Oh, man. Let's just turn that down. Let's just turn it down. That's not a smoke detector, guys. Do you see what I'm saying? Somebody said the man is on fire. The smoke alarm had to go off. The smoke alarm was like, I can't keep up. I just, Somebody said, feel like I just got baptized again after this live. Veronica Dustman. Yeah. Baptizing gains, for sure. Baptizing gains. But y'all see how unemotional I am when it comes to trading? Walk away from $17,000 close on a trade. That's not what I'm here for. If you truly believe in your asset and you've done your research and you've done your charting and you know what the Fibonacci looks like, and it's not just me, Tom Lee and everybody telling you Ethereum, can do crazy ass numbers. So why would I shut the trade down for 17,000? Nope. Let it pull back, add to the trade, let it run up again, add to the trade, move my entry point up a little bit, but just let it keep running. But when I add to the trade, what am I adding to? Let me show you what's going on here. Somebody say, I don't even know what's happening. Right now, I got $10,000 in on the trade, right? So it's $10,000 on an 8X is giving me a $90,000 position. So I'm only making my money and my gains off of $90,000, right? That's why that 40% will be 45,000. But when I add to this on an 8X, that's going to push this up to 200 grand. So wait a minute. What? Oh my God, bro. So stop. Say it one more. Say it again. Right now, with the amount of margin, meaning my money that I put up on an 8X, I'm only making my gains off of $90,000. I mean, it's cool. But as Ethereum gets a little bit more bullish and liquidity starts coming in here, I'm going to scale that trade up, meaning I'm going to add more margin to that trade, which is going to push my total. I'm going to push it up to around $200,000. So when it goes in there and makes that last 40, 50, 70% move or whatever, it won't be off of 90 grand. It'll be off of $200,000. Now you know why I said that ain't the real number? It's not the real number, guys. It's not the real number. It's not the real number. At all, it's not the real number. Double tap the screen. Let me see some fire emojis down at the bottom if you tracking what I'm saying to you right now. You're like, man, this is crazy. So, Calvin, what you telling me, bro, is I don't even have to start off with crazy leverage trying to hurry up and scale, get into the game with just make money quick. No. What you need to do is focus on understanding your charts and getting a great entry point. You can start off with a small amount of capital and let the trade start running up. And when it runs up, it has a pullback, starts running again, just scale the trade up. That's all. It gives you more time to do what? Work at your job, to have more cash flow and liquidity to throw in there, get some overtime, whatever. But by letting the trade run up with this, you started here with a small amount of capital. Let the trade run up. That gives you time to go to work and get more money. You're a trader. So let it do what it does. But when you have some extra capital and you see a place like, I can add to my trade that is already successful, I can add to it. And I didn't have to look at my phone every 5 minutes. I let it run and do what it was doing, and that gave me time to breathe and hang out with my family and get more cash. Man, bro, what? And once it starts running, what's the worst thing that can happen to you as a manager? You mismanage your trade and you get stopped out in a profit because you had your stop loss too close to the price action. Boo for you. Oh, I feel so sorry for you that you got stopped out in profits. I'm so mad that you have more money to start another trade with more capital. This is terrible. This is a terrible thing for you. Yo, man, who enjoys this live, yo? It's about 12 o'clock. I'm finna get up. Who enjoys the lives? This information, I know for a fact that there's a lot of great information and a lot of great content creators or influencers or whatever. I know for a fact I'm one of a kind. This is not for me to gloat or do any of that. I gotta keep it real with you guys. Okay? I don't know who you're watching on YouTube, and they're probably really good. Don't know who you follow on X. Don't know who else you follow on TikTok. I just don't know. I can guarantee you I'm one of a kind. My lives are not like anybody else's lives. Nobody else's YouTube videos. You have to come here. First of all, a lot of people don't even know how to chart. They just create content. Charting is a different skill by itself. It's just not just content creation. I know how to create content. Come on now, but I know how to chart, and that's automatically separating the wheat from the tare. The fact that I'm a charter. It's facts. That's where it starts a lot of time. I appreciate these dope comments y'all leaving too. Donald said, I heard that shit. His course shows you how to chart. Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. 100%. Led Texan saying, no, this is the best live yet. Nah, I've had some really, really good lives in the past. Trust me. This is just another great one, though. It really is. It really is. It's another dope live for sure. And this is, remember I told everybody this is the stuff that I'm putting behind my paywall and stuff like that, where I can have a little bit more of exclusive audience and stuff like that. And I'll be talking to people and I'll be able to watch them on the camera and you see me on the camera and just different pieces of information I need to send to them when I need to send it to them and get it to them real quick. Somebody said, yo, show us the alert set up for entry. Show us that alert. Nah, I don't have an alert set up for an entry right now because I'm waiting for the market to finish doing what it's doing, which is finish this pulling back. I'm waiting for it to see if it's finding support. By the way, if you want to know if something, check this out. Just for entry, this is just, you should probably listen to this information for sure. Okay, let's go to Bitcoin here. No, let's actually go to just the crypto market. Check this out. Let's look at the crypto market as a whole. Total 3 is what we're looking at, not the total crypto market cap, but let's look at total 3, which is your altcoins. I see something very, very interesting right now. Like, very interesting. Okay, check it out. Let's go here to daily charts. I see it right away. I've been charting, so I know how this works. Okay. We are in a 50-50 level. I don't know what you're talking about. Just this is what I'm saying. This is why my lives are dope. Because I give you a view of things that people don't give you, like different way to look at it. So we know this is an ascending channel. Remember, this is the total 3. So it controls majority of your altcoins. So we're ascending, meaning that's bullish stuff. But the problem is, right, in the past, when we got these rejections, it pulled the market down. So this is big stuff, because when you get pulled down like this, that's $166 billion that gets snatched out of altcoins. These things go red. You know what I'm saying? When this stuff like this happens. So that rejection was serious. This rejection was serious, right? Look at what's going on up here. Now, this got rejected, and it found support here on this pivot line. So check what I'm saying. If this is the top of this red channel, and this is the bottom, meaning this is resistance up here, and this down here is support, this is the median line. This is the middle of this. Somebody say, yep, that's thumbs up. Now, but watch this. From here to here, this is the middle. Look, if I was to take and draw an imaginary line, let me just do it this way. Now, it don't have to be imaginary. This is pretty close to the middle here. Do you agree with me that from this red line to this pivot line, that's pretty much the middle right there? If you don't believe me, check it out. Resistance here, resistance here, resistance, resistance, support, resistance, resistance. Look at where we are right now. I'm telling you, and I'm telling everybody, because I know how to chart. This is the middle of this and this. Why is that important? Because we either find support here, right, to push back up, or we lose this to come down here to this actual middle line here. Basically, we are in the middle of the road. Now, let me double down on that. That's a daily chart. Let's see if this is worthy of a 4-hour chart, if that's true. Let's pull up a 4-hour chart and see. Damn. Look how accurate this is. No, 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 no. And then they say, yeah, 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 yeah. And then they say, yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. Okay, got it. Look where we are right here. I drew this freehand. This is a freehand line that I just drew just now. And look how accurate I am right here. This is very important. This was a crash. All of this is crash, 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 crash. We're literally sitting right here. Is this going to continue down this way, or is it going to find support to push back up? That's going to control your altcoins, you know. Woo! That's a Fat Joe woo right there. Woo! I'm telling you, I'm nasty. It's nasty work with this, with me. When you look, I look at charts, I just see them. I see them different, for sure. So that's dope. Now I'm gonna double down on that at some more. Well, there's just no way you can double down on that no more, my boy. I mean, it's pretty. That's pretty legit right there. There's no way you can make it better. Who believes I can make it better than what I just showed you? What I just showed you is insane. Who believes that I can make it better? Anybody? A lot of believers. A lot of believers. Cool. Watch me make it better. That's how crazy this is. If this was my low, this was my last low right here. Facts, right here, down here. That was my last low. And this was the high point. Watch this. From this swing high down here to this swing low, and I'm going to drag it out like this. What do you see now? Somebody say, Calvin, that's insane. You mean to tell me live, you drew this shit freehand live, on point, and then you show me the swing high to the swing low, and we're literally sitting at the 50% level? God damn, my boy. 50% level. So we can look at all these 50% levels. Wait a minute. This is the top. This is the bottom. That's a 50% level. This is the top. That's the bottom. That white line you drew in front of us is a 50% level. That's the top. That's the bottom. This is the 50% level. It literally says it right there. So, shit, Bitcoin need to, the market need to hold that, is what you're trying to say? Well, as long as we're above the 50% level, it's actually good. Which means all this red stuff that y'all seeing, it actually needs to start looking like green stuff. Nah, I don't know about that, my boy. Well, you sure? If I was to go here to a 15-minute chart, watch me prove it to you. This 15-minute chart right here shows you that there is a lot of action right here. Look at all this action. But if you go here to a 1-hour chart, you'll see that this is already starting to move up. It doesn't look like it, but it is an ascending thing here. This is an ascending thing here. Somebody say, yeah, it is actually ascending. So if you're telling me if I go here to the 1-hour chart, that stuff should be green. You tell me. You tell me. That's my trade assets. What about the top 100 cryptos? In the last hour, here's your top 100 cryptos. Man, bro. Now you got to be careful. Somebody say you got to be careful because we're sitting on that 50% level, but why do you need to be careful? I need the pro traders to come in for a second. Pro traders, this is not for the novices. This is for the pro traders. Hey, pro traders, let me ask you a question. Why do we need to be careful right now based off of what I just drew on that chart? We're sitting at the 50% level, but why do we need to be careful right there? Anybody? Let me see if a pro trader can get it. You can lose the 50% level. Could be a bear trap. We could cross the bear's 2 hour. All that sounds great. Those are all great answers, but it's not the right answer. Those are all so double top, all great answers. All great answers. I still haven't seen the answer that I was looking for. That's why, again, and look, no shade, but this is why I come on the live. Imagine right now because this is how markets work. In a market, you're going up against me and other people like me. You're trying to get an entry point, right? So that you can sell an asset at a higher price. So you're going up against people like me. So all of those answers that you gave were all great. Here's what you didn't say. Here's what you didn't say. And now you're meeting a pro trader to tell you. A bearish flag pattern is when the market falls down like this and then ascends up like this. And if you lose this, it's down to the downside again. This is called a bear flag. So do you see it now? Do you see why you should be very, very careful? This is your pole, and this is in a bear flag right now. Oh, shit. Right? I'm in shorts right now and refuse to come out of those shorts because that's the entire total 3, by the way. If we break and lose that, continuation to the downside. That's a bear flag. Somebody say, well, you know what? Shit. Oh, Cal, bro. You out of control, bro. You know what? You out of control. And you out of control, Cal. Just period. You out of control, boy. You out of control. You want me to prove that more to you? Who wants me to double down on that, what I just said? Who wants me to double down on that, what I just said? Just to show you that pros are different from novice and beginners. Somebody said me? Okay. Watch this. Watch this. So hey, double down on it, Cal. Okay, cool. I got you. Let's go back to the chart. Right? It's right here. Well, I just told you. This is in a bear flag. If you lose this, pay attention. Watch what I'm about to do. I'm going to copy this. From this top to this bottom. If we start losing and breaking past this, this could happen right here. Right? Because if this ends up being a bear flag that plays out and you break this 50% level, this is the size of this pole is going to be the breakout to the downside for the continuation. Calvin, I don't believe you. For those of you who don't believe, you're about to believe now. The opposite of a bear flag is a bull flag. Pay attention. A bull flag looks like this, where the uptrend goes up like this, and we do this, which is the flagpole, and then you get a breakout. And the size of the pole is normally equal to the breakout right there. Watch, pay attention. Look at this. This right here, pay attention to what I'm showing you now. See this right here? This was a flagpole. This right here was the flag. This is a bull flag that broke out. Hold on. Wait a minute. So from this low to this high right here, which is a direct copy of this, look at the breakout. Look at this breakout here. Let's just try to see if we can straighten this out some. Look at your breakout. That right there, this was the breakout going up here to the up. Look at where all of this support came in right here. Even topped out a little bit higher. This is your breakout of this bull flag. And now you're looking at a bear flag. If this breaks out, you're going to be looking at this shit. You know what? You make my head spin and you make me sick. You make my head spin and you make me, boy, you do know these charts. Look at me, guys. I really know this stuff. Self-talk. I spent a lot of time and wasted and lost a lot of money learning this stuff. But now I make money hand over fist and I teach other people how to make money. I have a course and I go live and I show people stuff like this just so they understand. We different over here. So we need to be very careful. We're above the 50% level, total 3, controlling all your altcoins. We're sitting on a 50% level. It's a little bit above it. If we lose that, yikes. If we lose that, yikes. Okay? If we can find support on the top side of that, it gives us an opportunity to invalidate that bear flag. I'm taking a picture of this. You already know I'm going to screenshot it. Somebody say he's going to screenshot it for sure. Let's go ahead and screenshot that. Because, I screenshot a lot of the stuff that I do on my lives, and then when it plays out, I just show people. I said, I actually told you. That way nobody's crying and saying, man, you ain't telling me you was gatekeeping, you ain't share that information with us and stuff like that. And it's going to be like, no, I absolutely showed you. All right, cool. So that's an important thing. Let me just get rid of that line right there. Bring this chart back down to where I wanted it to be at. Cool. I can double down on that too a little bit more. Let me double down on this a little bit more. I'm sorry. I got to double down again. What is this triple down? You want me to triple down on this? Because I'm just looking at it. Can I triple down on this real quick? Just because it's here in my face. Can I triple down on this? Can I go 3x on it? You ready? Somebody said, oh, please do. I'm going to turn my camera around. Pro traders, come back to the table. Pro traders, what do you see with those circles up there? There's 2 circles on this chart. What do those 2 circles represent? The 2 white circles up there. What does that? Yeah. Raul, the lion, deep, right? Limitless. This is a double top, guys. Okay. For those of you who are not aware of a double top, let me explain it to you. It looks like this. Remember, there's this move here. First top, neckline, second top. Look at this. This and this are normally equal. Look right here. Look what you get with a double top. It breaks the neckline. You are in trouble. Let me show you something. Look what's running. Ladies and gentlemen, look, what do you see here? What do you see here? You can say it out loud if you want to. You can say it out loud. This is the double top. Look at the size of this thing. Look at the size of. You're not listening, man. If this happens, you're not understanding. Look at this. It's coming down here from this bottom area of support. Look at the size of this leg. That's the first top. Here is your neckline right here. There's your double top, right? If this is a bear flag and it plays out, the first place it's taking us is right back down here to this neckline. If you lose this neckline, you're going to continue down here to where this is going to be support, completing a double top. Somebody say, oh, shit. Nope. Whoa. I know. Don't you want the total 3 to stay above that 50% level? You don't want to lose that. If that bear flag plays out, you're going to be coming to that neckline, $1.11 trillion. Yikes. Yikes. If you lose that neckline, then you got to come down to the bottom side of that support on that channel. Yay. So I don't have a crystal ball. No one does. No one does. But the reason traders like myself, people who have my course or people that come to my lives and watch stuff like this, the reason we make a lot of money is because we're looking at the probabilities. We know how to adjust our risk based off of what we see in the charts. We're not going to get caught slipping out here. We know that that's on the horizon, so we know we shouldn't be going crazy leverage to the upside when you're literally sitting in a place where the entire crypto total 3 can dump down and absolutely destroy your altcoins. Right? You are aware of that. If you find support, great. If that's support, then we start looking at this stuff on a smaller time frame to see where can I get some entry points here with small amounts of leverage. Don't need nothing crazy, because if that's support, I'm getting a great entry point at the beginning. Let it run up a little bit, right? Putting me into profits. Cool. I'll mitigating my risk. Small amounts of leverage, small amount of capital with a stop loss. If it goes against me, no problem. Stopped out, mitigate my losses. But if it goes up, I'm in, and it rallies up. Then when it pulls back and continues the rally, I can add to the trade to move my entry point up a little bit and add more margin to my trade so I can get more gains, right? See how I brought that all? It's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, bro. I went this hard on Friday night, 12:30, because I'm not going live for the rest of the weekend. It's not going to happen, right? Rise up. Falcons is playing Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Longhorns, you know what I mean? College football is playing. You know, so I'm going to be out of pocket, straight up football. I ain't going to be out here playing around on the internet. Calvin, you know you don't be playing around. You be dead serious about this. Some of y'all might think I'm playing around, so I'm just trying to oblige you for those who think I'm playing. But this information I'm giving you, nothing to play around with. I made a screenshot of it. Y'all know I can get petty. So if I made a screenshot of this and it goes like I'm telling you, you know I'm going to be petty about it. So, didn't I tell your ass? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and erase all of this stuff. Don't need my charts looking messy. I don't like messy charts. All kind of drawings all over the place. I just need little simple stuff over there, and then I made a screenshot of it. I'm good. Launch25 said, you smart, bro. Love the way your mind works. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, fam. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Thank you, man. All right, cool. All right, so it's about 12:30. Listen, I want y'all to enjoy y'all weekend. How many people we got on here that's new? You never saw me before. I know you don't know who I am, maybe. Maybe if this is your first time, you don't know who I am. But let me ask you, if is it your first time to me, see who's on here? John Throne, a couple more people, Hosier, right? A couple more other people up in here. First of all, let me thank y'all for showing up and allowing me to be part of your entrepreneurial / investment journey. I appreciate you stopping by. I know your time is your most valuable asset. Thank you for spending that with me. This may be your first, but it might also be maybe your last time seeing me. I don't know. But hopefully I said something that gave you some information that you can utilize immediately, what I call utilitarian value. Hopefully you got something out of this live that says, wait a minute, I can look at that a little bit different now. Whoa. And if you enjoy that, come back. I operate my lives like this all the time. I don't do a lot of gatekeeping. Somebody actually earlier today said I was gatekeeping. Boy, are they wrong. boy, are they wrong. Just because I have specific things that I have that's strictly for private coaching and stuff like that doesn't mean I'm gatekeeping. You got to be out of control with that. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and I welcome you back if you want to come back. If I've earned the right to do business with you, because there's one more thing I want to say to you before I leave out. Matter of fact, let me just give you this information too, because I don't want you to think that you got to buy something from me in order to get this last piece of information. So let me give you this information. And then if you just want to jet out and you don't even want to hear anything that sounds or looks like a pitch or anything from my products, you can just jet out, start your weekend, and I salute, and I'll see you, Monday. All right, if you come in on Monday when I go live. I hope y'all paid attention to this. The first U.S. Dogecoin ETF blast off and did $6 million volume surge in the first hour. First of all, we're not going to ignore the fact that Dogecoin has an exchange-traded fund. Let's just talk about that. No, that's huge. Listen. No, y'all not. I need to tell y'all that's huge. Because if Dogecoin has an ETF, XRP, Solana, Cardano, they're all coming. Probably before the end of the year. Listen, I'm saying this to your face so that you know. Dogecoin has been around since 2014, and it is a fork of Bitcoin's code. This is facts, what I'm telling you. Dogecoin has been around since 2014. It has survived 3 bear markets. It is the largest meme coin on the blockchain and now has an exchange traded fund, which means Wall Street is going to be able to buy that thing. Okay? It is a fork of Bitcoin's code. It's not going anywhere. It's the biggest meme coin, and now it has an ETF. And if that meme coin has an ETF, Solana, XRP, Cardano, they're all getting ETFs. You can just bank that shit. That's huge. Jamari, yes, I'm live, bro. That is major. That is major right there, man. So I just wanted to show that to y'all. Somebody said Trump messed up crypto this cycle with those tariffs. As much as I don't like some of the stuff that guy says and does, no, he didn't. You got to know your history. You got to know where the crypto market cycle was in his first term and where it is in his second term in office. He didn't mess it up. He actually set you up to be fucking rich. I don't even like the dude and what he says and does like majority of the time. But I also got to keep it 1,000. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm an investor and I understand macroeconomics. He saved you. I don't care how you feel about it. I just got to keep it real. I'm not getting, this is not politics. This is just truth. I'm saying it one more time. I don't like what he says and does like 90-something% of the time. But I also got to respect the fact that he saved the market. You think that it's about crypto. Crypto is it's a baby. It's an ant. I'm trying to make people, they got to understand when they say things like this, you understand macroeconomics. I got to make it real for you. Gold has a market cap now of about $25 trillion. China, everybody's buying it and stuff like that. They're trying to get away from the strength of what's happening with the US dollar. But the US dollar now is falling. China and everybody is buying gold, right? And people in America are buying Bitcoin, including POTUS. I'm just keeping it real with you. You think it's about crypto. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Look at all of these companies here. These companies make the world go round. And I do mean the world go round. And the biggest company on this list is NVIDIA with a $4 trillion market cap. This is not about crypto. Are you kidding me? Let me go over here and show you something here. This is crypto. Crypto's market cap, the whole thing, including Bitcoin, is sub 4 trillion, which means straight up and down, if you're listening to me, okay, look, NVIDIA by itself is bigger than all of crypto. Just this one company on the S&P 500. And so you think this is about crypto. Oh no, this is about making sure that the US stock market stays healthy and stays bullish. Crypto doesn't fucking matter. This is what matters. Crypto is sub NVIDIA's market cap. It's not huge. That doesn't matter. Not to the big boys. What matters is what I just showed you on that website. All of those things in the S&P 500, those have to remain bullish. And those things can't remain bullish unless you got someone in office saying, yo, cut the rates. Cut the rates. Yo, you know what? You don't want to cut rates? I tell you what, I'm going to have to force you to cut rates. Even if I have to start slapping tariffs on every fucking thing. Because I got to shake this thing up to force you, Jerome Powell, to cut rates. I got to force you to try to do this. And Jerome like, nah, I don't want to do it because my legacy and I don't want you to be right. So it's a pissing game that you had nothing to do with. Big boys is talking. You know when somebody say when grown men talk in a room, go sit over there in the corner? These was grown ass men talking with big boy money and power. fighting each other. Regardless of how you feel about the orange man, he been wanted the rates cut. Cutting the rates makes money cheaper for these guys, Nvidia and Microsoft, so that they can hire more people. They only control like 90 something percent of the dang stock market. That's the reason they call them the Mag 7 or Magnificent 7. They control the stock market. So you got to make money cheap for them so they can release iPhone 17s and do more R&D and research and development and do more chips and stuff like that. Hire more people. If they can't do that, the market will suffer. You don't want the stock market suffering and going down. People who have real money are only putting 1 to 3% of their money in crypto. That don't matter to them. They were already rich before the blockchain. They're only putting 1 to 3% of their wealth in crypto. Their money is in stocks and real estate, bonds, things that pay dividends, okay? This thing that you call crypto don't matter. It's so small. So the person that's saying, yo, cut the rates and make the money cheap for these guys, that's the person that you got to say, well, I got to champion that. I don't agree with a whole bunch of other stuff you do and say whatever, but I do got to champion the fact that you want the stock market to go up and you actually want the dollar to be a little bit weaker, because that is what creates a bunch of liquidity and volume in the marketplace. So if you want crypto to go up, and you do, you got to know who's making it go up by default. And to put his money where his mouth is, he's actually moving majority of his wealth from real estate to crypto. World Liberty Financial. This dude is for real about this stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, man. I just had to say. I'm sorry. That was fire. That fire that you got from me just now is because people don't know how macroeconomics work. They don't understand how the power players really move out here to make this stuff happen. If they did not believe in this stuff, they would not be buying it. They wouldn't be approving exchange traded funds or ETFs for the blockchain and cryptos. They cannot buy it without ETFs. The damn accounting is a nightmare. Crypto is traded 24 hours, 7 days a week. They are not going to put it on their accounting and their books. It's a damn nightmare for those of you who are business owners. It needs to be in an ETF. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on, Ethereum. Come on, Dogecoin. And we're not just talking about futures ETF, paper money. We're talking about the real asset, futures and spot ETFs. Wall Street is here, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't know, these boys been making money for a long time. They're bringing all that skill now to the blockchain. You better wake up. Better wake up. You still got an opportunity to front run them on some of this stuff. But the game is changing extremely fast. Once these boys are here, they don't leave. And they're going to wait you out. Some of y'all just can't wait until the top of this bull market. Ooh, my God. Parabolic bull run. Altcoin season. They could care less about altcoin season. You're playing a game here now for the next 5 to 6 months. They're playing a game that's 5 to 10 years from now. They're playing a game now that they won't even take profits for 5 to 10 years. You can't wait to take profits in the next 5 to 6 months because you want to buy a new car and you want to buy your first house and you want to get out of debt. Are you kidding me? You better wake up. This game is way bigger than you buying a damn house and your first damn new car or something. What, are you kidding me? It's way bigger than that. Way bigger. We're talking about tens of trillions of dollars with a T. I'm sorry, man. Sorry. Y'all know me. I can only be one way. I can only give it to you one way, guys. That's it. I can't sugarcoat it. You know I don't sugarcoat. You got to learn this stuff. I talked to y'all about trading and all of that, but you got to learn it all. Macroeconomics, you got to control your emotions. You got to get your entry points. You know what exit points are. You got to become a better manager of everything. Emotions, money, time, entry points, capital. You got to become a better manager. These people are not playing with you. They're going to price you out of this thing. You have an opportunity of a lifetime and they're going to just price you out of it. You won't be able to afford a Bitcoin, not a whole one. Bitcoin was $15,000 in November, December 2022. It's over $100,000 now. And it's just getting started. You think it's not. Bitcoin is like, what, 16, 17 years old? The market cap is over $2 trillion. It's a teenager. It's just getting started. $100,000 Bitcoin is still stupid cheap. You think that it's expensive. It is not. It's still cheap. At $100,000, I don't really know about that. It's only going to get more expensive. You could have bought 5 or 6 Bitcoin for $15,000 a piece in November, December 2022. Now you got to buy 1 Bitcoin at 100 grand, which effectively mean if you had 100 G's in 22, you could have bought 5 or 6. That means you'll be sitting on over $500,000 for the same asset that is not going to stop appreciating in value. It's the most scarce asset that we have. Backed by thousands of validators and nodes, and it's an open ledger with a finite supply, unlike gold, which has a $24 trillion market cap right now. It's been around for over 5,000 years, and they can still mine as much gold as they want to with a cap of about 3% a year, because I happen to know I invest in gold, and they can only mine up to 3%. The biggest gold miners in the world can only extract 3% a year. I'm only speaking facts to you. Go look it up. Ask ChatGPT. About 3%. And they can always find more of it in the oceans and all kind of stuff. You cannot find any more Bitcoin. It's only going to be 21 million. And 19 million plus are already in circulation. These are only facts, I'm telling you. This asset is going to go through the roof on you. No, it's not. It's 100,000. How can it get to 1 million? You forgot how this works. See, the time that it takes to go from a couple dollars to $1,000, very long time. To go from $1,000 to $10,000, small. To go from 10,000 to 100, go from 100 to 1 million. It's called exponential growth. And Bitcoin also has a network effect. Let me say that to you again. Go look this stuff up. Ask ChatGPT about it. Ask ChatGPT. Ask. It is exponential growth, and it has a network effect to it. Do you know how things grow with network effects? You know, like how big Facebook grew and how big Netflix grew and how big ChatGPT grew and all of those other things. Those were network effects. Bitcoin has a network effect and it has scarcity. I cannot even explain to you how fast it's going to, when it starts moving, it's going to move. When Bitcoin moves, you notice that it don't play around, right? It goes from here to here real fast. Yeah. You see? You see? Am I making sense? The information that I'm giving you right now, do you think this makes sense? Do you think that this is just me talking just to talk, or do you think this is something that's worth your while? So I said, I think I should go dive in on this a little bit more. I think I need to go check this out. I think I need to check this out. You should. What the stuff I'm telling you is for real. Gold with a $24 trillion market cap. Bitcoin is already 10% the size of gold's market cap. You guys got to understand numbers. Listen, I'm only talking real to you. People don't discuss this with you. Gold has been around for over 5,000 years. Let's call it a $25 trillion market cap. Microsoft and Apple have been around since 75 and 76. They're approaching 50 years old, pretty much a $4 trillion market cap. Bitcoin has been around since like late 2008, 2009. It's a teenager, which effectively means this. Bitcoin is half the size of Microsoft and Apple and took a third of the time to get there. They're going on 50 years old. This is about 16, 17. It took a third of the time to do half their market cap. Gold has been around for over 5,000 years, and Bitcoin is pretty much 10% market cap of something that's been around as a store of value for over 5,000 years. You understand it now? Yeah, you got to stop playing around with this thing. You absolutely have to stop playing around with something that is challenging two juggernauts that have been around building a freaking market cap of about 4 trillion for almost 50 years. Bitcoin came around and said, you know what? I'm half of your market cap in a third of the time. What's up? What's happening? Gold, you've been around for 5,000 years? 10% of your market cap. It's not going to stay at number 8, guys. It's going to blow past everything on that list. I said everything. It'll take a minute before it hits gold. Still a lot of money in there. China's buying a lot of that. But, you know, China's also grabbing Bitcoin along with the rest of these powerhouses out here. China's playing a different game. They want to get off from up under the US dollar, which is still the world reserve currency. They don't like it. BRICS, BRICS, and all of that stuff. The US dollar is not going anywhere. It's still the world's reserve currency. It is. It's going to be around for a long time. But China doesn't like it, so they're buying a bunch of gold. They got to have their currency backed by something. Why not gold? Which, by the way, China is behind on that because when everyone else went to the gold standard, they chose silver. That didn't work out for them. I know my history. Do you know your? They chose the silver. They tried to go silver route. Like, that shit didn't work out for them. Another fun fact. Do you know who had all the hash rate, like 90% of the hash rate for mining Bitcoin? It was China. And they decided to say, nah, blockchain, we're banning it, right? China owned almost 90% of the hash rate for mining Bitcoin. They controlled it and fucked that up too. These are real conversations that you need to have with people that absolutely know money. It's like, so y'all buying gold now and everybody else is loading up on Bitcoin. Okay. I know my history. I know how money works. So if you don't believe that, just go fact check me on it. I triple double dog dare you to do it. You know why I'm asking you to do that? Because when you come back to my live, you and I will have a different type of relationship. People only do business with people they know, like, and trust. Go fact check what I said. Come back to the live. You and I will have a different type of relationship. I promise you. Facts. All right. This is where I'm in the live. This is where I'm in the live. All right. So listen, you guys know how I rock. You guys know how I rock. You're all kings and queens. I love you. There's nothing you could do about it. Fellas, seriously, let's lock eyes here for a second. Don't make it weird. Right? It takes a lot for a man to tell another man they love them. It takes a lot of strength for that. That's power. That's not, for anybody that told you that's weak, you got it messed up. It's easy to, want to throw hands with somebody and say, I don't like you, but that's easy. to look a man in their face, even though through his screen here, and say, hey, bro, you are a king and I love you, bro. You got dreams, goals, and aspirations. You got an entrepreneurial and investment brother out here that stands with you 10 toes down. Let's get it. I'm sharing my intellectual property with you. Your real utilitarian value. Do something with it. Ladies, I ain't forget about you. You're all queens. Same thing. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. No macking. I'm not going to jump in your DMs and all that. I don't even do that. Right? Just telling you that you have an entrepreneurial / investment brother out here who believes in your dreams, goals, and aspirations. This is a community, a real one. I can't control who shows up to the community or who leaves the community. This is a real community. I've been here, I've been actively going live for several years, helping people realize dreams, goals, and aspirations and getting financially free. We're talking about financial trajectories to the upside, creating millionaires and then some, with high income level skills that they have for the rest of their life that they can pass to their children and their siblings or whoever else they deem necessary that's, worthy of it. I can't take any of this stuff that I've given to you. I can't take it back. I don't have, something that I can say, look right here and then push a button and Men in Black. I can't, there's no such thing. All right? So take this information and run with it. Trust me, it's worth it. All right? Let's turn my camera. Now I can turn my camera around. See, all of that information I gave for free before even, So I'm going to give everybody an opportunity here before I get off the live. Everybody an opportunity to leave now before I even turn my camera around and even talk about my course. I thank you for showing up. Appreciate you. Appreciate it. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey. You know what I'm saying? For those that got to go and it's 1 o'clock and they got to get ready for college games and stuff like that. For everyone else who's staying, here's how I'm ending the live for you. Only if I've earned the right to do business with you, right? 2 individuals, I have a product or I got product or service here that I offer there. And if you have a need for it, then that's 2 people saying, you got something I want and I got something, right? You want, there it is, blockchainbullhorn.com. Let's do business. Blockchainbullhorn.com. I have a crypto course over here. If I've earned the right to do business with you, and you want to learn how to trade from me, I'm legit. You see me get this bread out here and chart live in front of everybody. This right here, high income level skill. No one will ever be able to say that you are financially challenged ever again. Once you learn this, it's game over. The crypto cheat guide is for those of you who want to learn how crypto works. You want to actually get in the market. You want to make sure you're balanced, diversified. You want to protect your crypto with ledgers and cold wallets and all that stuff. There's a lot of information here. It's literally a cheat guide, okay? If you want the audio version of that, there's a combo pack. Digital download plus the audio version in this right here. I don't know what you're going to choose. Both of these together are extremely potent. If you're not ready for this, choose this or nothing. Either way, thank you for your time. Here's the link, blockchainbullhorn.com. Now, I don't do this often enough, but let me ask you, is it anybody here that I helped tonight? That the information that you got tonight, even if it's the first time, you realize, oh, there's something way bigger for me out here. Okay, cool. I see everybody. I see it. I see the alwayses, but I see the me's for the new people. Yes, sir. Right? For fun. Like just I see so many people. I can't name everybody, but I just see everybody here. All the yes sirs and the me's and the people raising their hands and stuff like that. It's dope. Awesome. Great. Fantastic. All right, that's it. Enjoy your weekend. Make intelligent decisions. Don't, with your time, your money, and everything else. That the market right now is, we're holding up over a 50% level for the total 3. That's for your altcoins. And, even though we were having a little pullback and I was shorting up against the market, I was able to do that and take some profits off the table. And so, I took about 800 off the table. Well, y'all wasn't watching, but while we was doing all of that, and I got that, that was my signals telling me, hey, the market is finding stability and is going the other way. So I was able to shut those trades down, make that little $800 that y'all saw from me shorting the market. You don't got everything. Don't have to be crazy big. A little $800 shorting to the downside, and now it's time to see where the base is at, so we can get back to business. All right, cool. All right, that's it. I love you guys. Nothing you can do about it. Yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna show the office today and all that. We got time. It's after 12 o'clock, so I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here so y'all can go get ready for y'all weekend. Okay. Thank you. I'm out. Go watch my videos on my TikTok timeline, by the way. Leave some comments over there. Check out that information. There's some alpha. For like the last probably like 6 or 7 videos I put on my TikTok timeline. They're not long videos. They're like anywhere between 7 and 10 seconds. Go watch a couple of those and just get that information. And then, of course, if I earn the right to do business with you, grab the course. But if not, cool. That's cool too. All right, I'm out. No, not yet. Let me push the button right here. Okay, there you go. Now I'm